right, so today we're going to be taking a deep dive into AI content generators.
Sounds good.
Got a whole bunch of research articles and case studies to dig into.
Oh, wow.
Really seems like AI is, revolutionizing just about everything these days, and content creation is definitely no exception.
For sure.
So are you ready to see how these tools are like changing the game for writers and marketers?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really amazing to see how quickly AI content generation has gone from kind of like a niche tech thing to like a total game changer. And we're seeing these projections that the market's going to grow to over like $10 billion by 2030.
$10 billion.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a lot of money.
That's a pretty clear sign that this is more than just a buzzword at this point.
Definitely.
But I got to say, with so many tools popping up left and right, where do we even begin to make sense of this whole landscape?
Right. It can definitely feel overwhelming.
Yeah.
But I think looking at the evolution of AI in content creation kind of helps to put things in perspective. So,
Okay.
remember those early grammar checkers?
Oh, yeah.
Like Grammarly?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like they were revolutionary for like catching typos and improving clarity.
For sure.
And then now think about tools like Jasper that can practically like write an entire blog post from a single prompt.
Yeah, I was going to say Grammarly was like a lifesaver back in college.
Oh, for sure.
But crafting a whole blog post, that feels like a whole different level.
Yeah.
How do we get from like spell checks to full-blown content generation?
So it all comes down to, advancements in natural language processing or NLP.
Okay.
Yeah, so these newer tools are powered by these really sophisticated algorithms that can analyze text, understand context, and actually like generate creative content.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So think of it like this: the early AI tools were kind of like calculators, like they were helping with these basic tasks.
Right.
But now we're talking about AI that's more like a skilled translator
that
can actually understand and even mimic human language.
That's a great analogy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So NLP is like the brains behind these powerful new tools.
Yeah.
But for someone who isn't like a tech whiz, what are some of the like core features we should be looking for in an AI content generator?
That's a great question. And it really depends on your specific needs and goals. But there are some common features that offer some significant advantages.
Okay, cool.
So grammar and spell checks are obviously still like a staple, but they've become way more refined.
Okay.
Tools like Grammarly and WordTune excel at polishing your prose and making everything's really clear.
So they're like a super powered editor that's available like 24/7.
Exactly.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, but it goes beyond just grammar.
Okay.
Think about refining your overall writing style.
Okay.
Tools like WordTune can actually suggest improvements to your tune.
Wow.
The clarity and even the overall impact of your writing.
That's incredibly useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like having a personal writing coach just right there in your software. What other time-saving features are we looking at here?
So imagine needing to summarize like a super long report or expand on like a really brief document. AI can handle that too.
Really?
So SudoWrite, for example, can take like a 2,000-word blog post.
Wow. Okay.
And condense it down into this concise report.
Okay.
Or take a few bullet points and expand it into a full-fledged article.
No kidding.
Yeah, these features can save you hours of work.
Time saving is always music to my ears.
I bet.
But let's get down to specifics here.
Okay.
We're talking about writers and marketers, two groups with like very different content needs.
For sure.
So what are some of the top AI tools that are like tailored for each group?
Yeah, so for writers, a few key players come to mind.
Okay.
So Grammarly is still a powerhouse for like polishing your work. And then Jasper excels at long-form content.
Okay.
Like blogs, articles, even marketing copy.
Okay.
So you give Jasper a prompt and it creates a first draft that you can then refine and personalize.
So I could literally tell Jasper, like, write me a blog post about the benefits of AI content generation, and it would just do it.
Pretty much.
Wow.
It might not be like Pulitzer Prize winning prose, but it's a really solid foundation to build on.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. And then another fantastic option is Pro Writing Aid.
Okay.
This one goes beyond just basic grammar and provides in-depth analysis to help you improve your writing style and just overall craft.
Okay, so those tools sound incredible for anyone who writes regularly.
Definitely.
What about those of us who maybe dabble in like fiction, screenwriting, other like creative writing?
Yeah, so for those creative endeavors, there's SudoWrite.
SudoWrite, okay.
It's specifically designed for tasks like brainstorming ideas, expanding storylines, and overcoming writer's block.
Writer's block, the nemesis of every creative person. Tell me more about how AI can help counter that.
So imagine you're working on your latest novel or screenplay, and you just hit a wall. Tools like Jasper and WriteSonic can help you generate ideas, plot points, even like entire draft sections based on your prompts.
Wow, okay.
It's like having a brainstorming partner who never runs out of creative juice.
Okay, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
It sounds like AI is becoming like the ultimate writing companion. But what about marketers?
Right.
What tools are out there that can help them streamline their work and kind of boost their campaigns?
Yeah, so the options are constantly expanding, but Copy.ai is a really popular choice.
Copy.ai, okay.
Yeah, it's known for generating like catchy social media captions, compelling ad copy, even crafting entire email sequences.
Wow.
These tools can save marketers countless hours of brainstorming and drafting.
So it's like having a whole team of copywriters at your disposal.
Yeah.
Okay, I can definitely see the appeal there.
Yeah.
What about SEO though?
Right.
It's so crucial for online content these days.
It is, you're right, SEO is key, and AI has really stepped up to the challenge.
Okay,
so tools like SurferSEO integrate AI with SEO best practices to help you create content that ranks high in search results. So it analyzes keywords competition, all these other factors to give your content the best chance of reaching your target audience.
So it's like having an SEO expert working alongside you.
Exactly.
Making sure your content gets the attention it deserves.
Yeah.
This is making me really excited about the possibilities of AI in marketing.
It's exciting stuff.
What other tools are out there?
Oh, there are so many.
Okay.
So HubSpot's Content Assistant uses AI and customer relationship management data to personalize content on a massive scale.
Wow.
So imagine being able to tailor your message to each individual customer.
Okay.
That's the power of AI-driven personalization.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
It's like having a personal assistant that knows each customer's preferences.
Right.
And we're just scratching the surface here.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about AI's impact on visual content,
right,
like logos and video.
Yeah.
So this is all really impressive.
It is.
But with all this automation, are we sacrificing creativity?
Right.
Are we headed towards a world where like human writers and marketers become obsolete?
That's a question a lot of people are asking. And it's a really important one.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: AI is a tool.
Okay.
It's not a replacement. Think of it like a really powerful instrument in the hands of a skilled musician.
Right.
So the musician's creativity and talent are what guide the instrument, shaping the music and bringing it to life.
So AI is like a sophisticated instrument.
Exactly.
And we're the musicians bringing our creativity, our vision, our experience to the table.
Precisely.
Okay, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
So it's not about AI versus humans.
Right.
It's about AI and humans working together.
Working together to create something truly extraordinary.
I like it.
Yeah.
And as AI continues to evolve, we can expect even more sophisticated tools.
Oh, for sure.
That will just further push the boundaries of content creation.
Absolutely.
So the future is incredibly exciting.
It really is.
Speaking of the future, what are some emerging trends and advancements that we can expect to see in AI-driven content tools?
Okay, so hold on tight because things are about to get even more fascinating.
I'm ready.
We're moving towards AI that can understand not just the words that we write, but the emotions behind them.
Wow.
So imagine tools that can analyze your tone, your style, even your personality to create content that like perfectly aligns with your brand.
Wow, that sounds incredible.
Yeah.
It's like AI is learning to read between the lines and really understand the nuances of human communication.
Yeah.
What else is on the horizon?
We're on the verge of voice-driven content creation. Yeah. So you can literally just speak your ideas and AI will transform them into written or even visual content.
Wait, so I could just tell my AI assistant, like, write me a press release about our latest product launch, and it would just do it
exactly
in my voice.
In your voice.
Wow.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be like a generic robotic press release. It would capture capture your unique voice, your style, your perspective.
So it's like having a ghostwriter that knows you better than you know yourself.
Exactly.
My mind is officially blown. This is also fascinating.
It is.
But before we get too carried away with the future, I think our listener is ready for a deeper dive into some real-world application.
Absolutely. Let's shift gears and explore some real-world examples
let's do it.
of how these AI content tools are making a tangible difference.
Right. Sounds good.
For businesses and individuals alike.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Ready.
Let's go. All right. So we've talked about the what are AI content generation tools, like what they are.
Right.
But now let's get into like how are businesses actually like putting these tools to work?
Yeah.
And what kind of results are they seeing?
Yeah, that's where things get really interesting.
Okay.
We've got some compelling case studies that showcase the tangible impact these tools are having across different industries.
Okay. Yeah. Hit me with those real-world examples. I love to see how this tech goes beyond theory and into practice.
Yeah, for sure. So imagine a consulting firm.
Okay.
That's like brilliant at their work, but they totally bogged down by the need to create regular blog content.
Okay.
Like writing isn't their strong suit.
Right.
And time is always a constraint.
Yeah, I think that's a scenario that a lot of businesses can relate to.
Definitely.
Expertise in a field doesn't always translate to strong writing skills.
For sure. Not everybody's a writer.
Right, exactly.
So this firm decided to experiment with a combination of Jasper and SurferSEO.
Okay.
They used Jasper to kind of generate those initial blog post drafts.
Okay.
And then they refined them with SurferSEO to make sure that they were optimized for search engines.
What kind of impact did that have on their workflow? Did they see like a measurable difference?
Yeah, the results were significant.
Okay.
They actually managed to cut their blog turnaround time by 50%.
Wow, 50%. That's huge.
Yeah, a lot.
I'm guessing they were pretty happy with that outcome.
Oh, absolutely. They were thrilled.
Okay, good.
And it wasn't just about saving time.
Okay.
The quality of their content actually improved.
Wow.
Their website traffic increased, and they started to see a real return on their investment in these tools.
That's what I like to hear.
Yeah.
Real tangible results.
For sure.
It really shows that AI content tools aren't just a passing trend.
Yeah.
They can be a real game changer
for
businesses looking to improve their content creation process.
Absolutely. And it's not just limited to blog posts.
Okay.
Another case study we have highlights a startup
Okay.
that was struggling to create effective ad copy for their social media campaigns.
Okay.
They were spending hours brainstorming and writing different variations, but nothing was really resonating with their audience.
The classic struggle with writer's block.
I know.
Especially when it comes to something like so concise and impactful.
Yeah.
Is ad copy.
You got it.
I've been there.
It's a common pain point.
It is.
So this startup decided to give Copy.ai a try.
Okay.
And they were amazed by the results.
Okay.
Copy.ai was able to generate tons of different ad copy options.
Wow.
All tailored to their target audience in a fraction of the time it takes them to write just one.
So instead of getting bogged down in the writing process, you just focus on testing and refining those different options.
Yeah, exactly.
And see what resonated best with their audience.
Yeah, it really streamlined their whole process.
Okay.
And it had a big impact on their team collaboration as well.
Oh, cool. How so?
Yeah, so they could easily share the different ad copy variations, get feedback from their team members, and make decisions a lot faster.
Okay, so it streamlined their entire social media marketing workflow.
Precisely.
Those are impressive results.
Yeah.
It sounds like AI is proving to be like a valuable asset.
Yeah.
Not just for individual writers, but for entire marketing teams.
Definitely. It can really transform the way that teams work together and create content.
That's awesome. And we haven't even touched on the personalization aspect yet.
Right.
That's where things get really exciting.
It is.
Personalization is key in today's marketing landscape.
Yeah, for sure.
Consumers expect brands to connect with them on a personal level. Is that where AI is proving to be particularly powerful?
Yeah, we've got a compelling case study about a cosmetics brand that was trying to personalize their product descriptions.
Okay.
They wanted to tailor their messaging to different customer profiles based on like age, skin type, even personal preferences.
That's a brilliant strategy.
Yeah.
It makes the customer feel understood and valued,
right,
which can have a huge impact on their purchasing decisions.
Absolutely.
Did this brand see positive results from implementing this personalization?
The results were amazing.
Okay.
So by using AI to analyze their customer data and generate these personalized product descriptions, they saw a 30% increase in sales.
Wow, 30%.
Yeah, within just a few months.
That's a testament to the power of AI-driven personalization.
It really is.
It seems like AI is revolutionizing every stage of the content creation process.
It is.
From brainstorming to writing to optimization.
For sure, it's really transforming the landscape.
Yeah. But while the potential of AI content generation is like incredibly exciting, it's important to acknowledge that it's not a magic bullet.
Right.
There are still challenges to consider.
Yeah.
Important nuances to address.
Definitely.
What are some of the challenges that businesses and creators should be aware of?
Yeah. One of the key things to remember is that AI in its current form isn't perfect.
Okay.
It can sometimes produce content that lacks that human touch.
Right.
The warmth, the personality, the nuance that really resonates with readers.
Right.
It's not always able to capture those subtleties of human emotion and creativity.
So it's crucial to remember that AI is a tool.
Yes.
Not a replacement.
For sure.
For human writers and marketers.
100%.
We need to make sure that AI complements our creativity, not overshadows it.
Precisely. Human oversight and intervention are still really essential to make sure that AI-generated content actually meets the specific needs and standards of your brand.
So it's about striking that balance between AI efficiency and human creativity.
You got it.
That balance seems to be like the key to unlocking the true potential of AI content generation.
For sure.
What are some practical ways that businesses and individuals can ensure that they're achieving that balance?
Yeah, one of the most effective strategies is to think of AI as like a collaborative partner, not a solitary creator.
Okay.
So use AI to generate those initial drafts, brainstorm ideas, handle those repetitive tasks, and then bring in your human expertise to refine the content, add your unique voice, infuse it with your brand's personality.
Okay, that's a great approach.
Yeah.
It allows AI to handle that heavy lifting while freeing up human creators to focus on the strategic and creative aspects of content creation.
Exactly. By taking that collaborative approach, you can leverage the strengths of both AI and human intelligence to produce content that's both effective and engaging.
So it's not about choosing between AI and human creativity.
Right.
It's about finding ways for them to work together seamlessly.
Yes.
That's a powerful message.
Yeah.
Are there any like specific examples of how this collaborative approach is being implemented successfully?
Yeah. So one example is a marketing agency that's using AI to help them come up with social media content ideas. So they use AI to analyze trends, identify popular topics, and even suggest catchy headlines. And then their team of human writers takes those AI-generated ideas and crafts engaging posts that reflect the brand's voice and style.
Okay, that's a great example of how AI can be used to like spark creativity and streamline that brainstorming process.
For sure. It takes away that initial hurdle of coming up with fresh ideas and then lets the human writers focus on what they do best, which is crafting compelling content.
It makes sense. Are there any other examples you can share that highlight this successful integration of AI and human expertise?
Another interesting case study involved a publisher that's using AI to help them personalize content recommendations for their readers. So they use AI to analyze reader behavior, identify patterns in reading preferences, and then suggest articles and books that are tailored to each individual reader's interests.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Personalized recommendations are becoming so important in the publishing industry.
For sure.
It helps readers discover new content they'll love, and it keeps them engaged with the platform.
Absolutely.
How is this publisher using AI and human expertise together in this case?
So they're using AI to handle the data analysis and generate those initial recommendations, and then their team of human editors reviews the AI-generated recommendations, make adjustments based on their knowledge of the content and their understanding of the reader's preferences, and ensures that the final recommendations are both relevant consistent and high quality.
So that's a great example of how AI can enhance the work of human editors, not replace them.
Exactly.
AI helps with the data heavy lifting, freeing up the human editors to focus on what they do best, curating and refining content to ensure a personalized and enjoyable reading experience.
It's a perfect illustration of how AI and human intelligence can work together to create something really valuable and impactful.
These real-world examples are truly inspiring.
Yeah, they are.
It's amazing to see how businesses and creators are finding such innovative ways to integrate AI into their workflow and achieve these remarkable results.
Yeah, it's exciting to see.
It is, but I'm also curious about the challenges and potential pitfalls of using AI in content creation.
Sure.
Are there any ethical considerations that we should be aware of?
That's a really important question, and one that deserves careful consideration. You know, as with any powerful technology, there's potential for misuse. It's crucial to make sure that AI content generation tools are being used responsibly and ethically.
Okay, so what are some key principles to keep in mind when using AI for content creation? How can we ensure that we're using it responsibly and ethically?
So one crucial principle is transparency. If you're using AI to generate content, be upfront about it with your audience. Don't try to pass off AI-generated content as entirely human created. Transparency builds trust, and it lets your audience make informed decisions about the content that they're consuming.
Transparency is key.
It is.
It allows for like an open and honest dialogue between creators and their audience.
Absolutely.
What other ethical considerations should we be keeping in mind?
So it's also really important to think about the potential impact of AI on human creativity and employment. While AI content generation tools can be incredibly helpful, we need to make sure that they're not being used to displace human writers and creators.
That's a valid concern.
It is.
As AI technology continues to evolve, it's crucial to have these open conversations about its impact on the workforce and find ways to create a future where AI and human creativity can thrive together.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance and making sure that AI is being used to augment human capabilities, not diminish them.
So it's about using AI responsibly and ethically with a focus on transparency and collaboration.
100%.
It's about finding ways for AI to complement and enhance human creativity, not replace it.
For sure.
Those are some really powerful takeaways. Now, I can't help but wonder what the future holds for AI content generation. We've talked about the present and the challenges, but what exciting innovations are on the horizon?
All right, fasten your seatbelts because we're about to take a glimpse into the future of content creation.
I'm ready.
We're talking about AI that can understand not just the words we write, but the emotions behind them. Imagine tools that can analyze your tone, your style, even your personality to create content that perfectly aligns with your brand.
That sounds incredible.
It is.
It's like AI is learning to read between the lines and understand the nuances of human communication.
Exactly.
What else can we expect to see in this exciting future?
Get ready for a world of voice-driven content creation.
Voice-driven.
Yeah. Imagine being able to just speak your ideas into existence and AI transforms them into written or visual content.
So wait, I could literally just tell my AI assistant, like, write me a presentation about the latest trends in AI, and it would just do it.
Exactly.
In my voice and my style.
In your voice and your style. It's like having a personal content creation assistant at your beck and call.
That's officially mind-blowing.
Good.
And what about video content?
Right.
We already touched on text to video, but what was next in that realm?
Prepare for AI-powered video editing tools that can analyze your footage, identify the most compelling moments, and create a polished final product with minimal human intervention.
Wow.
And we're also talking about AI-generated avatars that can deliver your message with incredible realism and expressiveness.
So we're talking about AI that can not only write and edit, but also perform.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's incredible.
It is.
But it also raises some interesting questions about the role of human creators in this future landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. As AI content creation tools become more and more sophisticated, we really need to think critically about how we can best leverage these tools while still preserving the value of human creativity and expertise.
It's a conversation that needs to happen as AI continues to evolve.
For sure.
We need to ensure that AI is used to enhance our capabilities, not replace them. It's about finding that sweet spot where AI and human intelligence can work together to create something truly remarkable.
Couldn't agree more. And as we move forward, it's essential to approach AI with a sense of curiosity, responsibility, and a commitment to ethical use.
Those are wise words to keep in mind.
Thanks.
As we navigate this new, exciting era of content creation.
It is.
I think our listeners got a lot to think about here.
Yeah, for sure.
But before we wrap up this deep dive, let's take a moment to distill all this information into some key takeaways.
Sounds good.
Okay, so we've covered a ton of ground in our deep dive into AI content generation.
We have.
You know, from understanding the basics to like real world applications.
Right.
We even peered into the future a little bit.
Yeah, it's been quite a journey.
It has been.
Yeah.
And you know, I think one of the biggest takeaways for our listeners is that AI isn't here to like replace human creativity.
Right.
It's about enhancing it.
Exactly. It's about finding that synergy between those uniquely human skills that we have and the efficiency that AI can offer.
Right. It's about finding that balance.
It is a true partnership.
Yeah, I like that. So for our listener who's maybe feeling a little overwhelmed by all this information,
sure,
what's like the one key piece of advice you'd want them to walk away with?
Don't be afraid to experiment. There are so many incredible AI content generation tools out there. Yeah. You know, dip your toes in the water, try out different platforms, see what clicks for you in your creative process.
That's great advice. And I would add that it's not about finding the perfect tool.
Right.
It's about finding the tools that align with your specific needs and goals.
Absolutely.
And the type of content you're creating.
Yeah. And as you start to experiment with these tools, you're going to discover new and exciting ways to enhance your workflow, boost your productivity, and create content that really stands out.
Okay, cool. Any final words of wisdom before we wrap up this deep dive?
Embrace the possibilities.
Okay.
The future of content creation is just brimming with potential. And AI is a really powerful driving force.
It is.
And when it's used thoughtfully, responsibly, and creatively, AI can help us connect with each other in deeper ways, share our stories, and make a lasting impact.
That's beautiful. And on that note, we'll leave our listener with this thought.
Okay.
What kind of stories will you tell with the power of AI at your fingertips?
I like that.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. And until next time,
Yeah.
keep exploring, keep creating, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Sounds good.